Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. I'm going to be making a lot of bags, different patterns. So if you want to stay tuned, if you don't want to miss out on any of my videos, don't forget to subscribe. So as you can see, I'm making use of this leather material for this bag. This leather material is actually very dark and it looks very soft, but it is very strong and very durable. So this leather material is actually in quarter size, that is half of half, so it is quarter in size, and that's what I'm going to be making use of for this bag. So I will also be making use of a lining material, so I'm going to be using this lining material to close the inside very neatly. So I'm going to show you how I closed this bag completely in this video. So I'm also going to be making use of these pins to tack my bag pattern, so it's going to help me make my work very easy. Of course, you'll be needing a thread to sew the bag. You can actually use other types of thread to sew your bag. So this is one of the designs I'm going to be making use of to design my bag. You can actually get this from the market. So this is my quarter sized fabric. I'm going to be folding it into two, as you can see. So I'm actually going to be making a design on both sides of this fabric. So look closely and watch the design I'm making on this material. This is going to form the pattern of the bag. So this is actually the width of the bag, how wide the bag is going to be. Take note. And here is going to form the length of the bag, So from here to this place I measured 3 inches, and from here to this place I measured 3 inches as well. The same thing applied to the other side. I measured 3 inches all through. So next I'm going to be cutting out the measured part. As you can see right now, I'm cutting out the measured part. So this is how the pattern is looking like after cutting out. And on the lining, I'm going to be cutting out exact same pattern as I cut on the leather material. So I'm going to be cutting the same thing exactly on the lining. So if you open up the pattern, this is what you're going to have. If you open up the leather material, this is the pattern you're going to have inside. So I'm going to be folding the fabric backwards, as you can see. As you can see, I've turned it backwards. So having turned the fabric backwards, as you can see, I'm going to be sewing the sides, as you can see, and also the other side. So I'll be sewing the same thing for the lining, but I'm going to sew both of them differently. I'm not sewing it together. So as you can see, I have sewn the both sides of the leather material. As you can see, I have sewed the both sides. So here is how it looks like after sewing it.
So
So, and on this opened part, I'm going to be sewing it as well. I'll be showing you how I'm going to place it and sew it. So I'll be holding it like this. As you can see, I'll hold it like this and I'm going to sew. Can you see? Let me repeat it. I'll be folding it like this, as you can see it, and I'll be sewing it, and I'll just sew right there. I'll do the same thing for the other side. I'll open it up and fold it like this, and then sew, and then sew right there. So here is the outcome of what I just showed you. Here is the outcome. Look at it. Look at how I sewed it, as I showed you before. And this is the other side. So this is the outcome of what I just demonstrated. So when you turn the back to the front side, this is what we have. When you turn it to the front side, this is what we have. Can you see the black leather? So can you see how neatly sewn it is? And on the lining, I'm going to be sewing the same thing I did on the leather material. I'm going to be sewing the sides, just exactly what I did on the leather material. I'm going to be doing the same thing on the lining. And on the front part of the lining, I added this little fabric to form a pocket inside the bag. So I'm just going to be sewing it. So as you can see, I'm going to be attaching it like this to form a pocket inside the bag, a little pocket inside the bag. So having sewn the leather bag, as you can see, and also the lining, that is the lining I'm holding right there. As you can see, I've sewn it the same way I sewed the leather bag, the leather material. So what I did in the lining, I reduced the lining. I made the lining smaller than the bag. In the course of this video, I'll be showing you the reason why I did that. I cut out the upper part of the lining, so I just cut it a little, and that's the pocket right there. So next, I'm going to be turning out the lining to the back side. As you can see, I'm turning the lining to the back side. That is, it will be showing the sewn part, the rough edges, as you can see on the video. So while also the main bag is on the right side, yeah, as you can see, it's on the right side. So I'm going to be placing it inside the lining that I've turned the bag. As you can see, I'm demonstrating. I placed it inside the lining that I have turned out. That is how it looks like. So I'm going to be taking this to the sewing machine, and I'll be sewing the tip. As I'm demonstrating, I'll be sewing the tip. I'll be closing it up. So watch closely what I'm doing. So right now, this is how it looks like having sewn it. This is how it looks like. This is the back side. This is the back side as I showed you earlier, and this is how it is inside, having sewn them together. So next, I'm going to be opening the lower part of the lining. I'm going to be creating a little opening at the lower part of the lining so that I can open up the bag. I can open up the bag and turn it out. So this is the little opening I created. I opened up. So I'm going to be through this opening, I'm going to be turning out the bag to the right way. I'm going to be turning out the bag. As you can see in the video, I am turning out the bag to the right way. So having turned the bag, can you see how neat it is inside. So we're going to see how it looks like. If you look closely, you can see the pockets I created inside the bag. If you look closely, you can see the pockets I created inside the bag. So I'm going to be putting the lining inside the main bag. I'm going to be putting the lining inside the main bag. And so this is how it looks. This is how it looks inside. It is very, very neat. Very, very neat, as you can see it. So can you see the reason why I reduced the lining? I reduced the lining more than the leather material, so that some part of the leather material can come into the bag and make it very neatly. So please don't forget the little opening I used to turn out the bag. We are going to be sewing it up. I'll be closing up that little opening. So as you can see, as plain as this bag is right now, I'm going to be pleating it together, and I'm going to be showing you the pattern I used in pleating the bag. It's just a very simple pattern. So this is how the pleating is. I did a box pleating. This pleating is called box pleating. You can do any pleating of your choice, but this particular one I did is called box pleating. Can you see the pattern? Very neat. This is actually the front side of the bag. So the pleating of the front side, especially the center one, is actually very bold, and that's because of the design I'm going to be placing on it. Can you see the back side? This is the back side, and the pleat is a little smaller. Can you see? The center pleat is a little smaller. That's because there won't be design at the back. The front side is going to carry the design. That's why it's bolder than the back pleats. So this chain and the accessories, you can actually get it in the market. It is available in the market. And the strap, you can easily add the strap on the side of the bag. You can add it while you are sewing the leather bag. That's the first time we're sewing the leather bag. You can add it. You can add it even after sewing it, whichever way you like. So this is inside the bag. Can you see how neat it is? See how neat inside the bag is. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. So I'm going to be designing the bag with this beautiful design, and with the help of the hook at the back. Can you see the hook at the back? So I'm going to be using it too. That's what I'm going to use to attach the design to the bag. It's very simple. So I'll be attaching it like this. This is how I'll attach it to the bag. So I'm going to be attaching this magnetic lock to the bag. At the upper part of the bag, I'm going to be attaching it with the help of the hook. I'm going to attach it. It's very, very easy. So I'll be creating a little hole where the hooks are, and I'm going to pin it just there. I'll pin it there. So I'll be locating the pin at the center of the upper part of the bag. As you can see, I'm going to be placing the magnetic lock at the center of the upper part of the bag. That's where I'll be placing it on both sides. So this is how it is done. It is very, very simple. Can you see it at the center of the upper part of the bag? Very neat. And this is the inside of the bag, looking very, very neat. This bag, you can actually sell it if you want to. So this is the finishing of the bag. This is the finishing. Can you see how lovely the bag is? Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Can you see how neat it is? How beautiful it is? Very dark leather bag. The bag is very, very strong and very, very durable. Very strong and very durable. This bag might look very small, but it contains a lot of things because of the pleating. It looks very small as you can see it like this, but when you add when you start putting things inside, it is very, very large. It is bigger than you think. Thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to stay tuned and watch out for my next video. You're going to love it. Something you're going to love. So stay tuned by subscribing, and see you in my next video.